Fun. So yeah, welcome Haley, your first Zoom video conference call. It's so cool. It's the first time we're talking face to face actually. It's always been on the phone.
Yes,
Yeah,
we've
it's
talked on the phone quite a bit.
yeah, yeah. Yes, awesome. So we're actually going to start with a little bit of recognition tonight. Remember last week we had said that we're going to do things differently. We're going to be posting every single time we sold $100 or more in a day. And then every $100 that you sell throughout the week will get you an entry for a prize. And remember, the prize was this adorable tumbler that says, I love my Mary Kay. So cute, right? Now, Haley, I did put your name in here. Even though you did not post, I posted for you because you
Okay.
sold over $500 last week, and that was very exciting. So your name is in here 5 times. Dawn also posted that on Saturday she sold $200 in reorders from customers who reordered from her. So she has her name in here twice. I also gave Dawn an extra entry. Tammy, do you want to guess why I gave her an entry? What does Dawn do every week? You're muted still.
She submitted her weekly accomplishment sheet.
She did. She submitted her
She
weekly
does.
accomplishment sheet.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
So every time you submit your weekly accomplishment sheet, that gets you another entry. Even if you didn't sell $1, you can be entered in for the accountability.
That's awesome.
Okay? Okay. So we're going to see who wins. I've got them in here, and then I'll show you what the prize is for this week. Right, here we go. It's Haley.
Yay!
Congratulations. So Haley, I just got a package out in the mail to you. I'm going to have to get another one out for you, which is
Awesome.
great. Yes. So that is coming to you. Now, this upcoming week I'm pretty excited about this. This is like kind of vintage. I forgot I had these. It is
Fun.
sparkly
Oh, wow.
calculator, and it says Mary Kay on here. Isn't that adorable?
It is.
Do you know you want this in your money bag? I know that you could have a calculator on your phone, but this is cool too, okay? This is very cool too. So you want to have this. So that's going to be our prize for this week. So again, weekly accomplishment sheets, celebrating $100 in sales a day. Now, if you sold $50 in sales on Wednesday and $50 on Thursday, doesn't count. Okay, we want to recognize grand days. Okay, grand days. But you put those $50 a day on your weekly accomplishment sheet, you are entered. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that's what's going on with that. Now, what I want to discuss tonight, that the theme of tonight is build your team, build your dream. Tammy has heard this from kind of this topic with Audrey. I have like a different spin on it. I was just kind of taking notes this evening, and I'm so passionate about team building. It's honestly my favorite thing to do. And it was always my favorite thing to do, even as a new consultant when I didn't know what I was doing. I was really excited to have people join my team. I loved the recognition of it. That's actually why I originally wanted to have a new consultant join my team. Because I would go to my aunt's meetings. I drove an hour and a half one way as a teacher on a Monday evening. And other nights I had to go to school for my master's. So, just saying, okay, just saying. But I would go, and I loved the recognition because I did not see that as much as a teacher, the positive recognition and the positive reinforcement and the encouragement and everything. And my aunt would bring up at the front, and there'd always be like a whole line of consultants with their new team members on their arm. And my aunt would oh my goodness, praise them up, just totally just make such a big deal of this. And those new consultants would get their pin and they'd say their oath. And I was just like, gosh, I want to go up there for that. I want to go up there for that, And so I asked her, how do I team build? And so she gave me, some tools for that. And we're going to get to those tools. But I just want to, first of all, talk about why would you want to build a team? And one of them could be the recognition. I mean, that's what it was for me. I did not know what it meant in terms of commissions. I didn't know what it meant according to the career path. I had no idea that it could earn me a car. All I knew was I wanted to go to the front of the room. and have my aunt talk about me. Like that's all I cared about at that moment. That's what I wanted. And so it is fun to work with others. This is the first thing I put down. It is super fun. I know Tammy would totally agree with this. It is so exciting when someone says, yeah, I want to join Mary Kay. I want to be on your team, because you see that as like, that's a new friend. Like, this is someone who I get to work with. Like, this is someone who's like a part of my life now. This is so cool. And that's why we really only team build with people who we like. We're not going to recruit people who we like don't like, or we don't think they have integrity or whatever, because that's not great. That's not going to be a good situation. But it is fun. It is fun to have, and you know what? New consultants are excited. I mean, just look at Haley. Hello, he's adorable. Oh my gosh. And so, you look at Haley. Haley, you just you came in with so much enthusiasm. You're still enthusiastic. Imagine if you had someone on your team who was just as enthusiastic about Mary Kay and about their business as you are. Like, it is so much fun to work with that. So the second reason why building a team is so awesome, this is going to be a quality of, if you have leadership tendencies, if you have a desire for leadership, if you want to, mentor people, if that's just something that's like a natural inclination for you or a desire of yours to be in a position of guiding people and helping them. That's a second reason. Third reason, those special, there's some special stuff that goes along with being being a leader in Mary Kay, with building a team. We love on you as a brand new beauty consultant. We think it's fabulous when you have 1 to 2 team members and you're a senior consultant. But when you get that third person, OMG, and you get to wear that red jacket. I don't know. I'm assuming Andrea does cool stuff at your meeting. We do cool stuff at our meeting. And Dawn got the red jacket treat. Did I start recording this? I did. Okay. Dawn got the red jacket treatment last night at the Shell Island Resort. And it was so cool. It was so cool. And so she was up at the front. She was getting gifts. She was being affirmed by a fellow Red Jackets and by directors. She looked like she was having so much fun. She wore a little red sweater and bright red lipstick. It looked phenomenal. But you'll get, when you start going to Mary Kay events, there's usually special training for Red Jackets and above. So there's that exclusivity with it as well. There is the clothes. I mean, just having that extra piece of clothing, that red jacket that symbolizes something. And it's funny. Red was actually Mary Kay's favorite color. It was not pink. Pink was not her favorite color. It was red. And, so when she saw people, I forget what it was. She was at a baseball game or something. And a bunch of Mary Kay sales directors had been invited to throw out the first pitches of this game. And they wore these red jackets that I think were the baseball team's colors. And she said, I like that. And that's where the red jacket was born. She liked seeing those Mary Kay, sales directors in red jackets. And she was like, we need to have red jackets in Mary Kay. What could we do red jackets for? And they decided it would be for 3, having a team of 3 people or more. Now, fourth reason for building a team is commissions. You start building a team, whatever your team produces, whatever they order from Mary Kay gives you a percentage of that. And so that comes to you once a month. You're going to be getting some commissions on top of what you've already sold. And those commissions do add up. They do add up. It is very, very exciting when you are always team building. And even me as a director, I get paid the most. I get paid the best with my commissions based on my personal recruiting. Okay. So you girls in my unit, what you do, what you order, what you sell, absolutely makes a difference. How you team build does make a difference, in terms of my commission check. But I will always have my highest commission checks when I have my most in team building. So the team building never goes away. You just never stop it. Okay. Myself as a director, never stopping, and you girls know, Haley has heard me say this 5 times. My end game is to find leaders and to build leaders. So that's why I team build, because I'm looking for leaders. And the 5th reason for building a team This is very timely because it supports our unit goal. And what is our unit goal? What are we doing it by December 31st?
Earning the next pink Cadillac.
We are earning the next pink Cadillac. And what are we tracking towards that next
50 new team members.
50 new team members. How many do we have so far? 5. It's already the 8th of the month and we don't have any. That's like annoying to me. I can't even tell you how annoying that is to me. And my friend Sarah Fraser here in town, she's got like 6 already. I'm like, whatever. That's great. That's great. But she has the same goal of adding 50 new team members. So I'm like, okay, we got to do this. We can do this. We can totally do this. And so, let's just talk before we get into like the nuts and bolts of things. What qualities might you need? What would be important for you to have in order to build a team? Because there are some, kind of like pre-qualifiers kind of thing. First of all, you don't want to build a team unless you absolutely love the product. You've got to be sold out on the Mary Kay product. You've got to be sold out on the science. You've got to be sold out on the safety of the product. When I was up in Cape Cod for a fall retreat, they were doing some like role playing regarding customer service and people asking tricky questions, at parties and at facials about the products and how you answer them. And one of the questions was, are they safe for pregnancy? That kind of thing. And Diane Mentiply kind of cut everyone off and she said, let me tell you something. She said, the company has been around for 54 years. And they have never, ever said or put on their label that they don't recommend a certain product because of pregnancy. And they would if there was a legitimate reason for concern. And she said there are a lot of opinions. There are a lot of people who would say, don't have this certain ingredient if you're pregnant, or don't have this, or avoid this. And she goes, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. If they want to avoid certain ingredients, that is totally fine. She goes, but I have confidence that whatever we have is going to be safe. Because we do have the most strictest and the most rigid of safety measures that are out there and safety standards. So you've got to be sold out on that. You've got to really, and a big part of being sold out on that, Tammy has done this, I've done this. We went to the manufacturing plant. We went to the factory. We saw where it's made. We've been to the headquarters. We have talked with the scientists, so as you are in Mary Kay and as you have interactions with the company and with the research and the scientists that are behind that, that'll continue to grow. You'll just have so much faith in what we have and the products that we have. The second thing is, beyond being in love with the product, you've got to be in love with the marketing plan. You got to be in love with it. You've got to study it. You've got to know that it is the best thing out there. America is the land of opportunity. I truly, truly, hands down, totally believe that Mary Kay Cosmetics is the opportunity of the land. There is just nothing out there that even comes close to what we have. I truly believe that. And I see people that are in other companies and they do great, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But they're not making the same commissions that we make. They do not have the same culture that we have in Mary Kay. They do not have companies that are telling them to put God first, family second, career third. They don't have that. That is what we have. And you know what? They don't have Mary Kay Ash. They don't have Mary Kay as their founder, the #1 female entrepreneur in American history, the trailblazer, the woman who was fearless, or maybe she wasn't fearless, but she did it anyway. She had courage. She had fears, but she did it anyway. And she, in 1963, as a single woman, started a company, started her own company. That is not normal. 1963. It was not cool to be a single mom in 1963. It was not cool to have a business in 1963 as a woman. There was a lot of judgment. And she lived in Texas. There were expectations for how a Texan Christian woman should, behave and live her life. And Mary Kay did that stuff anyway. But you hear her speeches, you watch her videos, and she just still had such a tender spirit. She wasn't someone that was really abrasive. She wasn't someone that was in your face. She wasn't like a, I don't know, like you see some of these women now, the way, and I'm all for, I'm all for equal rights with women, absolutely, and for standing up for injustices and everything. But sometimes you see the way people are going about it, and you're like, oh, honey, you attract more bees with honey than vinegar, And so, and Mary Kay was not that way. She had it all, and we have that. Okay. So when I'm sharing the opportunity with someone, I am totally confident in what I am sharing with them. I'm totally confident in this opportunity. I don't know if she's going to do well with it. I have no idea what her work ethic is going to be. I have no idea how easily swayed she could be by others' opinions. I have no idea what she'll do with the starter kit. But what I do know is that when she does get that starter kit, she can do anything she wants. And right, like she can do whatever she wants. And once she gets that starter kit and she opens that lid, she is stepping across the line and she's seeing that there's more, and she can decide how much more she wants. And so that's what we do, ladies. We give them that opportunity to see more and to see if they want to work for more, and if this is something that's going to fit for them. Third qualifier for a team builder in Mary Kay is being willing to build the Mary Kay way. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that you're willing to do this with integrity. You're willing to ask real people to be on your team. You're willing to ask people who have tried the Mary Kay product. You're willing to have the faces to back it up. You're willing to do the parties. You're willing to do the lead generation. If you don't have the parties or the faces and you don't know where to go, you're willing to do all of that. That's all the Mary Kay way. That is full circle. You're willing to show the product and sell the product, okay? We do not just sell starter kits. Like we work full circle, and we work because I'm here to tell you, you recruit every single person in your life, your business isn't going to last very long. You've got to have the sales. You've got to have products going out the door. It's really important. And Mary Kay Cosmetics would cease to exist if we had no customers, would cease to exist if we did not sell product. It's very important that we have that. And I remember when Arbonne was like this big thing, I don't know how many years ago, like 6 or 7 years ago. I probably shouldn't have mentioned a name of a company, but whatever, I did. And I remember that, they were recruiting everyone left and right. If they had 5 people at a party, they were signing all 5 people up and telling them that they'll get a 15% discount on all of their orders. So just sign up. You don't have to sell anything. So they're just recruiting. And guess what happened after a couple of years? They had to file for Chapter 11. You can't sustain a business without products being sold. So you've got to be willing to be a beauty consultant. Okay, always be willing to be a beauty consultant that is passionate about the product and sharing the product. Okay, and the product, is the vehicle to everything. Putting the product on faces is the vehicle to everything. So you want to build your team, you want to build your dream, get that product on faces. It's really simple. And last thing is, I like to see people, and most of the people, well, really almost everyone in our unit that has become Red Jackets and gone into DIQ and everything, they have thought of others first. Okay? They have not been pushy. They've had a fear of being pushy. All right? But their passion for what we have to offer, their passion for making a difference in people's lives, it supersedes their fear of being pushy. And you got to think of it this way too. I remember this blew my mind a few years ago when someone said okay, what's your definition of a pushy person? And we were saying someone who's judgmental, someone who makes the calls for other people, someone who doesn't ask questions, someone who just kind of blazes ahead and decides what other people should do and pushes them towards that. And so we said all these things, and we're yeah, that's not us. And then the lady said okay, so you have someone sitting in front of you, and she's a customer of yours, and you decide that you're not going to share the Mary Kay opportunity with her because you decided that she has enough money. because she pulled up in a Lexus, or you've decided that she's too busy, or you've decided that she's got a great job, or you've decided that her husband makes good money, or you've decided that her husband never would let her, or you know, all these different reasons. Okay. And she said, okay. She goes, so you think those things? She goes, have you ever thought that way about, you know, someone sitting in front of you, decide not to share with them because you have these thoughts? And we're like, oh yeah, always. And she's like, okay. She goes, and so you don't want to tell her about Mary Kay because you don't want to be pushy because you have these concerns about her life. And we're like, yeah. She goes, that is the pushiest thing you could ever do. And we're like, what? And she's like, you just made a judgment on that woman. You made a judgment that she had enough money. You made a judgment that her husband never will. You made a judgment that she didn't have enough time. Is it your job to judge that? Is it your job to decide that? And we're like, no. And she's like, the pushiest thing you could do is not offering because you're being judgmental of someone else. What our job is to present the opportunity, share it, and let people decide. And you know what, ladies? We don't ever have to have feelings of desperation for team building. What we have, remember, we have the opportunity of the land. All we have to do is share it with people. And you share it in a way that it's just like, hey, if you do it, that's great. If it's not for you, that's fine too. You know, but I do not want to be the person that doesn't share with you. And, you know, and 10 years down the road, you do join Mary Kay with someone else and you come back to me and you're like, how come you never told me about this? It's going to change my life 10 years ago. You know, so that, you know, that's really my approach with talking to people. And so let's talk about some of the nuts and bolts and some resources that you have for team building. Okay. So we've just got really simple. I'm all about keeping things simple. First thing is obviously faces. We've said it again. I mean, say it's a blue in the face. You cannot build a business without faces. And if you want to move fast and you want to get into a leadership position, it's got to be at least 50 faces a month. It just does. It has to be 50 faces a month. Like that's where it's at. Okay. I personally will not earn a Cadillac if I don't do 50 faces a month. So whatever level you're at in your Mary Kay career, you want to get to the next level, get the product on faces. Another way of team building is when you're doing those faces. Do I have it in? I do have it. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. Here it is. When you're doing these faces, my ear's getting red. I'm like starting to get warm now. I'm getting all like hot and bothered, all excited. Okay. So is to use your flip chart. Okay. Now the company has this beautiful binder with an amazing, you know, little flip chart kind of thing already included. I highly recommend getting the Dawn Barton flip chart if you want a team build, because people recruit with the Dawn Barton flip chart. They are excited about that. And it's funny. It is so funny what she has to say. And let me get to the part where she does talk about the opportunity. Yeah, she has it right in the flip chart. You don't even have to know what to say. You just have to know what to read. You literally just read what's here. And Tammy, the first 2 parties that you did this, you got 2 recruits, didn't you?
I think so. And I used it at Haley's, at the one Haley was at.
Oh, yes.
I use it every time now.
It is amazing. It is like so, like you put the product on 50 faces and you're using this with their 50 faces. You can't help but get a gold medal. You can't help but have 5 new team members. Like, yeah. So use the scripting, use what is the tools that are there for you, because Dawn Barton's really smart and she's really funny. So use her. Be funny like Dawn. And where are you going to find this? You're going to go to dawnbarton.com and kind of scroll down and it'll say MK Party Girl. Click on that and she's got like 3 links. It's like a video, a flip chart that you can download and print off, and her Who Do You Know sheet. Now, what I have also done, and I don't have it in here because I've got to get it picked up from the from Office Max. But I am using her set sheet. But what I have done is I have put in the center here that with the purchase of any set, including a starter kit, okay, any set, what I put in the center here is that they get a charcoal mask for half off. Okay, because I'm showing the charcoal mask now at every single employee. Yeah. And so I wanted it to be included here, because otherwise people are like, okay, that's great. Where's the charcoal mask? And so any set, they can get that for half off. So that's what I've been doing. So once and you know what, actually, I'll email it to you girls, but it'll also be posted on our website, that sheet. And so I
Awesome.
have one printed to have in here, and then I got 10 printed on cardstock and laminated so that I can put that out in front of people.
Mhm.
Because I've had some people are just, they're not satisfied with this. They're not satisfied with being on the table. They want to have something in front that they can look at and that they can figure out, you know. Don't do a lookbook, but that's for a whole nother training.
Yeah, no, don't get the lookbooks out for your party on Tuesday. Leave them put away.
Yeah,
All of
don't. Use the placemats that came with the company, okay? Like, do that. Do not give them a lookbook. Okay. So, so two more resources that are, you know, available to you. So you've got your faces, you've got scripts to book faces, you've got a script for while you're doing the face, okay? Having a conversation with me. I mean, Haley, I think you broke a record with having 5 of those conversations done in less than a week, like in 5 days, I think it was. It was like insane.
Mhm.
And so, ladies, what did that look like? Well, when I was talking to Haley, she had just joined Mary Kay. I said, look, there are going to be people who are going to be asking you, why did you join Mary Kay? You know, like, what's so great about Mary Kay? How come you didn't do like Scentsy, or how come you didn't do this other company, or how come you know, whatever. And you might not know what to say. And Haley's like, yeah, no, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to teach you what to say. So let's think of 5 people right now. And we literally wrote down, and I wrote it down as well in my notebook here, 5 people, 5 names of people who Haley said, yes, this is someone who I could ask. This is someone who I love, who I respect, and they love me. And they would do this for 20 minutes to help me. And those first 2 conversations, and no one has officially signed up yet, but those first 2 conversations, the one girl would have signed up if her grandfather hadn't passed away. Like, she would have rejoined, and she's still, like, you know, potentially going to join. I mean, it was awesome. They were great conversations. And so even if you've been in Mary Kay for like 7 years, you know, I will do those conversations with you. Like, just do that. And you know, you can just tell people, like, hey, I'm in qualifications to move up in Mary Kay, and I just need to make sure that I'm really presenting the Mary Kay marketing plan well. You know, do you have 20 minutes that, you know, we can get on the phone with my director? I would be so grateful. It honestly is just for my training, you know? And so that's kind of what that looks like. And so it does work. Now, if you have not earned the newly designed pearls, okay, these are beautiful pearl jewelry. So back in the day, they were like a silver and pearl jewelry. They are updated. They are beautiful. They are custom designed for Mary Kay, this jewelry set. And so when you do 5 with me, okay, 5 conversations, and I'm going to, if you are a seasoned consultant, you are beyond your first 30 days, but you don't have the new pearls, you do 5 this month, you will get the pearl necklace. You get 1 team member either in your first 30 days or this month, and you get the matching earrings. And you get your second team member either in your first 30 days or this month, and you get the matching bracelet. Okay? So that is how that's going to work. That is how that's going to work. Now, if you already have those pearls, but you're just like, I still want a team build. Great. Guess what your prize is? More commissions. Guess what your prize is? Moving up the career path. Your prize is you could be on target for your car. Oh my gosh, what a great prize. I could not compete with the car for Mary Kay, okay? Like, I can't give you girls a car. So, sorry. Not Oprah, not Mary Kay. Can't give you a car. But I can help you earn one. So there you go. Okay, mark your calendars for this. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and then it never happened. And I'm sorry about that. That is totally my fault. We are doing a Peek into Pink this upcoming Saturday at 9 a.m. So as soon as we get done with this call, I will create the event. All of the whole unit will be added into it. And you, oh no, where'd you go? Are you girls there?